How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Series 11, Rami's Racing History, Summer in Forza Horizon 5. Today we're going to be taking a look at the daily challenges. First up, we have Thursday, Clean Fun. Earn 3 clean racing skills in a road race. Now, I would highly recommend pairing this up with the weekly Forzathon. As long as you do the weekly Forzathon at all, you will get this done, as you have to earn 10 clean racing skills in the Jaguar E-Type. As long as you do that in a road race with my blueprint that I shared on the video, link of which is in the description below, you will get this one done. And because of that, I'm actually not going to show doing this. The next one is Friday, Stylish Victory. Win a drag race in a rare classics car. I do have a blueprint for this. The vehicle we're going to be using for this is the Porsche 911 Carrera RS from 1973, which is a barn find. And we are going to be doing this drag race right over here. I have my map filtered for something different, so you will not have seen that. Here is the blueprint for that. Share code is on the screen. And I did test this. You don't have to use this blueprint because this car can actually win against unbeatable drivatars if you have manual with clutch turned on and you're shifting very, very well. If not, pro or even expert drivatars, you should have no problem dealing with these. If you're an automatic, I'd recommend setting it to highly skilled. This blueprint, however, is set to tourist, so we should have no issues whatsoever. I should also mention that you do not have to use this car or even this tune. This is quite an expensive tune. You can use this car even stock with this blueprint. These are tourist drivatars. This is just if you want to get it done just a little bit quicker. The next thing on the list here is Saturday, Animal Crossing. Earn 2 stars from Trailblazers in any... Now this is where it gets tricky because I don't actually have footage of these. So I'm not sure if it's Mustang or any 1960s Mustang. I'm going to assume that it's 1960s Mustang. It's not going to hurt us to make that assumption, but I do know it at least says any Mustang. So we're going to use this barn find right here. It is the 1968 Ford Mustang GT 2x2 Fastback. This should be something that everybody has. And we are going to do, we could literally do any Trailblazer with this car. We'd get 3 stars. We're just going to do the easiest one, just to get it out of the way nice and quickly, set a marker for it, and teleport. You know, we're going to teleport right next to it, just to show how easy this Trailblazer is. Of course, we're facing the wrong direction. All we have to do is 2-star. 19.5 seconds, and that was 3 stars. So we are clearing the water on that. You could probably do it with this thing stock. I wouldn't recommend it, but it would probably work, to be honest. Just might have to get a little bit of a run up, maybe start right over here, perhaps. Next on the list here is Sunday, My Precious. Take a picture of any pre-1970s vehicle. This is another one. I added the pre-1970s there. What I was going off of just said any vehicle. I'm going to assume it means any 1970s or before vehicle. Again, this is an assumption that's not exactly going to hurt us if we're wrong. It's any vehicle, it's any vehicle. Just whip out any vehicle and take a picture of it. Next up on the list here we have Monday, Ideal Make. Win a street race in any rods and custom car. I do have a couple of options for this. The first one we have an option for is the Ford F100. I have a B-Class tune for that. I also have a B-Class tune for the 1932 Ford Deluxe 5-window Coupe, which is the vehicle we have to use for the treasure hunt this week. If you want to use a dual-purpose tune for that, I made it for that. You don't necessarily use that, though, if you go for the expensive option of using the S1 tune, it would not be the same tune. You could use that tune for a street race, it's just a little bit too fast for my liking. So I went ahead and chose the B-class tunes, and we're actually going to go ahead and pick that car. And the street race we're going to do is one of the shortest street races in the game. Here is the blueprint up on the screen. Please don't forget to drop a like on the video if it helped you out, and subscribe with notifications on if you want to see more content like this. I do seasonal PR stunt guides, which go live 30 minutes prior to season changeover each week, and I'm also working on PR stunt guides for all the PR stunts in the game, which will include the expansions as well. I'm going to be streaming every Thursday around noon US Central Time. Will be an open lobby. Anybody is invited. Feel free to turn up and get some help on your festival playlist. I did decide to speed through this just to cut down on the size of the video just a little bit. There we have it. There was our street race. Alright, the next thing we have on our list is Tuesday Perfection. Earn a total of 300 miles per hour or 483 kilometers per hour across speed traps in any Colt Classic. And the vehicle we're going to be using is the AMC Gremlin X. This is just the vehicle that I'm using. You don't have to use this vehicle. You can use any of the vehicles that you want. You also don't have to use this tune. I'm just using this tune because it's a very, very quick tune. We'll be able to get this done pretty quickly. And you can use any speed trap you want. You can build an off-road build and use an off-road speed trap. We are going to be using this speed trap though, because by starting way back here, and just doing pretty much a drag race, we can almost get 3 stars. That was 220 miles per hour. Now we just have to get 80 miles per hour on the speed trap. And that is 300 miles per hour on that speed trap. And the last thing on the list is Wednesday winning streak. Eliminate 3 opponents in the Eliminator. And this is one of those that is going to be slightly difficult for anybody that doesn't usually frequent the Eliminator. I'm going to just share real quick just a couple of hints and tricks, things that have helped me out. Alright, now the spot that I like to start at is right over here. It is right next to the street scene outpost if you have that unlocked. The reason I like to start over here is because there's usually lots of car drops over here. And if there's not car drops, there's also usually a lot of people over here. Just because this is a well-known starting spot. So if we can't get a car drop, we can usually find somebody to challenge. Always listen very closely at the beginning because you can usually hear there's a car drop somewhere near you. I'm not hearing any, but I do see smoke out in the distance over there. That seems to be the closest one to me. So I will go for it because even if we don't get there in time to get it, we can possibly challenge the person that does get it. Looks like somebody is going to get it. No? They passed by it? What? It's not that bad of a car. Alright. So we want to be heading in the general direction of the circle because the finish line will always be toward the middle of the next ring. So not the ring that it's telling us to go to, but the ring that comes next. And obviously you don't have any way of knowing where that ring is going to be, but it will always be inside the next ring. It's not going to go outside the ring. So I can tell you that the next ring is going to be somewhere in here, and it is going to include the center point of this ring in that ring. So it could be over here, over here, over here, over here, but it will definitely be in somewhere in this direction. So we are going to actually hop on the highway right here. And if we challenge somebody on the way to the highway, or challenge somebody coming toward us for some unknown reason on the highway, that will be the perfect time to challenge them, as we know that the finish line is definitely going to be in this direction. Now if we see somebody close enough to us to go and challenge, that will definitely be an option. There is somebody ahead of us, way up there. There's a couple of people, actually. Looks like somebody's getting on the highway behind us. Unfortunately, this person is in a race, but the other person is not. Let's see if we can challenge this person. Alrighty. Now this is a relatively rocky part of the map, so we definitely do want to try to stick to the roads wherever possible. And they are in a level 2, but theirs is all-wheel drive. It's one of the best level 2s in the game, so the race is definitely not over left. We are going to want to avoid the Horizon Mexico Festival site. And based on what I'm seeing here, the next circle is going to be toward the mountain.
In 100 yards, turn sharp left.
Looks like its finish line's actually going to be up the mountain somewhat. Maybe not. Oh, this is not the type of terrain that is suiting me. definitely the type of terrain that suits that Audi behind me, but I think we're just barely going to be able to do it.
Turn left.
Oh, this is part of the speed zone. There's a speed zone right here. Alright. Now there was somebody finishing very near us. They're possibly finishing a race with the same finish line as us. Porsche Macan, yeah, oh, that's actually a level 3. I was thinking he was level 2. We're gonna go with this. And now we have to find out. So the next circle, yeah, so the next circle was in this general vicinity. And judging by this, the circle after this is gonna be over here. So we're definitely gonna have a finish line behind us, if I'm correct. So we need to challenge somebody over here and start turning to the right. Oh, they're going the wrong direction. Ooh, I just barely got him. Don't spin out.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
They are on a level 4 though, so they can definitely make up the difference, especially since my car decided it wanted to spin out. Alright, so we're going to try to avoid the worst of the jumps in the dunes, because that is going to slow us down quite a bit. Oh,
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
we can go at this at an angle. Perfect. This one right here is unavoidable.
400 yards. Turn right.
You see how much that slowed us down upon landing? This one's gonna not be so bad.
Recalculating.
There we go. Alright, so we have eliminated one opponent. This is number 2. And we're gonna yet again have 2 options to upgrade. Since they were level 4, we're also gonna have one more level 4 option. I'm actually gonna go with the X5M. Alright. We need to eliminate one more opponent. Let's check out these. Now here's where it gets really tricky, because there's not really any indication as to where the next one's going to be. There we go. Alright, so the next finish line's probably not going to be that far, honestly. Probably going to be a really close. Let's see if we can lure this guy. Looks like they are suitably lured. Alright.
Turn around when it is
Alrighty.
safe to do so.
Oh, wasn't quite right. But not terrible, because he actually thought it was over here too. So, they are in a level 7. Which is not very encouraging. I'm sorry, level 6. It's an Audi RS7 Sportback, I think. But they are heading straight for rocks, which they can't see. So they're going to get all discombobulated here. This is a really close one. Whew. Wow. Hopefully that gives it to us. Yes! Alrighty. So we're just going up one rank at a time. This is actually hilarious. We're going to go with actually this one, because we're in the desert. We're going to fly over the desert. And that is how you eliminate 3 opponents. I'm just going to speed through the rest of this eliminator. Feel free to watch. Feel free to back out. It's up to you. We have eliminated our 3 opponents though. They were just in way too good of vehicles. Yep. There we are. So there is your Eliminator run through. Hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it helped you out. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day.